Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome back or welcome. If this is your first visit, thanks for tuning in. My name is Matt. On this channel, I review brand new cars, and some of them are super cool, just like this one. This is 2026 Ford Mustang that's been built up by Shelby. So this is the Shelby Super Snake, and we're going to talk all about it. Thanks to Bozard Ford, who allowed me to film this vehicle for you, take it for a quick test drive. So if you like watching videos like this, don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more automotive content. Hit the like button. Now let's get back to this. And here it is, guys. Beautiful vehicle. Sadly, it's probably the last off, and that's because Ford officially ended the partnership with Shelby to produce their Mustangs. They're instead moving to their Dark Horse SC and the GTD series developed by Ford Racing. So they're going to be doing it in-house versus allowing a company like Shelby, that's been a huge part of Ford history, to do their vehicles. But in the meantime, we're going to take a look at this Super Snake because it is super cool. We're going to start with what's underneath the hood. So first you need to unlatch it, then open it up the regular way as you normally would with the standard Mustang engine. And here is what you'll find. Looks slightly different than on the regular Mustang, doesn't it? And that's because it has the Shelby Performance by Whipple. And this is that 3-liter supercharger on top of the 5-liter Coyote engine. That's good for 830 plus horsepower and 630 pound-feet of torque. Now, this is mated to the Ford MT82 6-speed manual transmission. I'm definitely gonna take it for a quick spin at the end of this video. This is a lightweight hood. Shelby right at the bottom of it. You can see that this air intake that we're going to see on top is real. This is not just for decoration, and this latch means business as well. So let's close this up and let's see what's going on there. In this you'll find these carbon fiber fins for that air intake. We have this blue racing stripe on the wide body vehicle. This looks absolutely iconic and amazing. And in terms of the lights, we have the LED lights, daytime running lamps, turn signals, huge air intakes in the corners there. That's for better aerodynamics. We have some air intakes over here for better engine cooling in the corners over here. Of course, this vehicle has been developed by Shelby, so they put their name on here as well. And we have the adjustable splitter as well. That, depending on what you're doing, you can make some adjustments yourself before you take it to the track. Let's move around the corner. Let's talk a little bit about this. This vehicle is based on the GT Premium, but it looks different. Hood is one thing, but also we have the wider fenders and the wider quarters. They're made by carbon fiber, and the weight savings kind of offset the weight of the supercharger that you have underneath the hood. We also have the 20-inch magnesium forged wheels, Michelin Pilot Sport 4S tires, 305 by 30 on 20-inch rim is the tire size. Behind the rims, you'll see the dual rotors and the Brembo calipers. Now, Super Snake on the badge over here, we have the air exhaust on the side, a aggressive side skirt, Shelby spelled out. The mirror, typical Ford mirror, of course, we have the blind spot assist and the turn signal. That racing stripe continues all through the entire length of this vehicle. I love the way it looks. It's wider in the back, it's wider in the front. And here we have some more improvements as well. The carbon fiber spoiler, the tall spoiler, that can be adjusted, by the way, as well. You get the tools and all the instructions to go with it. Shelby, that's spelled out right here in the back, and the Shelby badge, of course, that Cobra Shelby. So iconic, right? At the bottom of it, you see this massive carbon fiber diffuser style rear bumper and this quad exhaust. They're developed by Borla for Shelby. They look amazing. And let's hear how that sounds. that sounds absolutely amazing. Let's take a closer look and see what's going on the interior of this vehicle. So mostly it's the GT Premium version of a Ford Mustang, but let's check this out. We have the Super Snake badging at the very bottom of it. On the side, you have three memory seat settings. We have the window mirror lock controls. And in terms of the seats, we have leather and suede. Shelby, that's embroidered inside of it. We have the nice bolstering, but nothing too crazy. So you can definitely use it as your daily driver. And let me jump inside and I'll show the rest of this interior. Well, let's continue this tour with the interior, and starting with the sound of the closing door. You hear the engine? You can still hear the engine, but the door thud is pretty good. And here's what we have. We have the flat bottom steering wheel, some golf ball texture, some stitching. Good to the touch, just the right width. We have some carbon fiber in the back of it, and so typical to the Ford adjustments. Here's your for cruise control settings, different modes over here. And then we have the up, down, and scroll up in it. And scroll sideways. Well, let's check it out, because this controls what's going on right here in this instrument cluster. So you can see this traditional display that we see right now. We have the active exhaust on, and then on the right hand side, speedometer, left hand side, tachometer. It's 90 degrees and probably 200% humidity here. Well, let's see what else is going on. You can hit OK, and we can scroll in and see what's displayed in the middle. Tire pressure, fuel economy gauge detail, and you know, it's pretty much it. 3.6 miles per gallon. It's probably not as bad, but the supercharger is definitely thirsty alongside with that 5-liter Coyote, so I'm not even sure what the gas mileage would be on this one. The tire pressure is displayed here, and then we have all the temperature gauges that we need. Of course, it is customizable, so we can change some of the display. The main display is this infotainment system. We've seen it at Ford before, so you have your map that's loading right now. Big, nice, visible map. Anyway, so we're going to switch that over. I'm going to go to the home screen because I really want to see the features and the apps. So driver assistance, My Mustang, and this is pretty cool. That's what I wanted to see. The track apps. See what this vehicle is made for track. So you have the drift brake, line lock, launch control, rev matching. Guys, we're not going to do the launch control, anything like this. This is a brand new vehicle. We're not going to beat on it. I promise you that. I just want to do a quick test drive, see how that vehicle performs. But here's what it is. Drift brake for track use only. Your drive mode will change to track. We're going to cancel that. And then there's the description of it once you hit at the info button. So that tells you what each of those features do. The line lock, that's mostly for drag racing, locks the front brakes while allowing the rear tires to spin without moving the vehicle. Yeah, you're gonna make a lot of smoke with that. Launch control, of course, active, ready to launch. We're not going to do that. Well, I don't even think that the Ford's going to allow you to do that until the vehicle is broken in. But pretty cool. Acceleration timer, brake performance, lap timer, launch setting, shift indicator. Let's go back here. Auxiliary gauges. This is, you know, what you need to see. Your acceleration, your voltage. You know, you can see the different gauges, less gauges, more gauges. You can customize it. So you can make this vehicle your own for sure. And we're going to get back here, go to custom mode. So this is where you adjust your mode for the vehicle, okay? The way that you want it to feel. If you want it to be for the daily drive, you can leave it all in normal. Maybe, you know, it can base drive mode and sport. You can leave that, maybe put it in track, maybe put it in drag, or here's the slippery condition. My color, this is as far as the displays, and then we have the ambient lighting. You can adjust the color of those displays too. Unfortunately, it is so bright outside, you can't see any of that. And then the brightness, of course, you can make this I can't see any of that peeking through. Can you? No. All right. Well, you know, it is what it is. I mean, it's bright outside, so that's why you can't see any of this. And the cluster theme. So match drive mode, normal, sport, track, calm, and here's the pretty cool one, the classic 67 to 68 Mustang. That actually gives you the impression like you're sitting in this classic vehicle. You weren't a fan of that one, but maybe you like the Fox body one, 87 through 93. There you go. Maybe a Cobra, 99 201. That's what they look like. All right, so this is basically what the different displays are. I'm going to leave it to match drive mode, and then we're going to go from there. Well, so here back in this infotainment system, this is your Mustang settings. You can edit favorite, owner's manual, record feedback. What I want to do is I want to put it in reverse. And by the way, look at this. Look how cool this is. This is the Shelby gear shifter, of course. You can have the pattern here. So what we're going to do, we're going to put it in reverse. I'm going to show you that rear view camera here. And that looks good, right? I mean, it's good quality. I mean, it's nothing fancy. We don't have 360 or anything like this, but we have the active trajectory line. So everything that you need with the camera is there. I'm going to get it out of there. And down below, nice powerful vents. We have the engine start stop feature, and we have some shortcut buttons. So this opens up your Mustang settings. You don't have to look for it up there. You can just do that. Okay, and the traction control off, hazard lights, custom button, max air for the front window, and then we have the USB Type C, USB Type A, 12-volt power outlet. Such a cool shifter here. And then we have the cup holders, a little bit more storage. And here, if you do buy a Shelby Mustang, you're gonna get this supplement, 2026 Shelby Super Snake supplement. And what it's gonna tell you is when to do certain maintenance, because it's different than what it is. Here's your basic specs, right? So Super Snake, 830, Whipple supercharger, 830 brake horsepower, 630 pound-feet of torque. So this is what it says it's equipped with, okay? And then cooling system, exhaust system, transmission. So all of this is here in case you were wondering then what you're sitting in tires, what the tire pressure should be. So they really give you that little extra supplement to make sure that you know what you're getting yourself into. We have the fuel level, 25 miles to empty. This is a specialty vehicle, guys, and it's a brand new one. So I'm going to really take it on a very short test drive. In terms of pricing, so here, this is based on the GT Premium, which has the MSRP of somewhere in the 60s. Of this vehicle is $175,000. What? $175,000 might seem like a lot, but it's still a bargain comparing it to the GTD with about 800 horsepower as well. That runs for, you know, way north of $350,000. By the way, I saw one, never been in one, never test driven one, but maybe one day. Guys, let's take it for a quick spin. I'm excited. I'm genuinely excited to take this vehicle for a quick spin. I've driven it around this parking lot a couple times, but haven't really taken it on the road. And as I mentioned before, this is a specialty vehicle. This is an expensive vehicle, so I'm definitely not gonna beat on that. I'll let the owner do that, whoever that might be. By the way, if you are looking to purchase a vehicle like this, you can definitely give Bozard Ford a call. Ask for CJ. He knows all about these supercharged Mustangs. He knows probably how to configure that, and he'll definitely gonna help you out with that. I'm gonna do a quick 360 here to see how this vehicle turns, and then we're gonna take this for a quick spin. And here, because of this air kit that it has, it sits pretty low, but actually turning radius was pretty good. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4.5 parking spots, give or take, you know, to turn this vehicle completely around. And then we're gonna go on this side road here. There's usually nobody here, so we can maybe open it up just a little bit just to feel that power, 830 horsepower. But what I was saying with this body kit, you gotta make sure that you are careful in terms of going and not scraping it on the curbs, on the driveways or anything like this. I love the sound of it. Man, it's rated somewhere in the low to mid 3 seconds as far as the 0 to 60, and that's definitely not the fastest vehicle out there. As a matter of fact, I want to tell you a quick story. Just recently, I have done a review of a Volvo EX30 that's rated at 3.4 seconds 0 to 60. Of course, it's a fully electric vehicle. You can't compare it, you know, apples to oranges. But, you know, just to say that this might not be the quickest out there, but it definitely delivers the sizzle. It gives you that vibration. That whole car, that engine makes it vibrate, makes you feel in connection with the vehicle. Versus, you know, getting into electric vehicle and pressing, and of course you're gonna get all that immediate power and torque with it, but you know, that's not the same, right? Of course it's not. And then the shifting the gears, all that stuff, I mean, that makes you feel like you're part of it. Okay, that's what I think a lot of people are losing. Look at this. that roar of that vehicle, so recognizable. It's so different than, for example, a Chevy Corvette. It's so different that a Dodge Charger, the new one, or even the Hellcat, the old one. They all have a very specific sound to it, and they all sound amazing, just different. Rev matching kicked in. I really want to just step on it for just a moment and see how that vehicle is going to deliver that supercharged power to the wheels. All right, let's give it a little bit of a nudge here. Wow, that thing flies. We can't really open this up, but that just gave me the feel of the abilities of this vehicle, and it wasn't even close to the 100% of what it can do. But that roar that lingers behind you, that can be heard by people in the neighborhood, and the envy of people looking at you pulling up in a Mustang as such, I mean, that definitely makes something an enjoyable experience in here. And here, you know, turn it around, not bad in terms of the turning radius. Get it up to speed. Yeah, you can hear it, but you can probably still have a conversation with the person next to you, so that's not bad. Unless you, of course, you're gunning it all the time, which would be a problem if you're getting a vehicle like this and you're not doing it. Well, guys, this is cool. This is super cool. Super Snake. I like it. $175,000. This can be yours. Called Bozard Ford. They're definitely going to be happy to help you out with your automotive needs. Maybe you want something different. Maybe you want to order the Dark Horse or the Dark Horse SC, which is going to be the Ford's version of the new performance Mustang. Definitely give CJ a call. He's going to be happy to take care of you. Well, thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed watching this video as much as I enjoyed making it. And if you did, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, give me a thumbs up, and I'll see you in my next video.